The Age. Let's have a look at The Age. Insolvency surge looms as federal lifeline ends. Thousands of businesses are forecast to collapse within weeks in a new sign of the pressure on jobs as the Morrison government promises a budget plan to lift the economy out of recession. Insolvency firms are preparing for a spike in the number of companies going broke at the end of the month when safe-harbour rules introduced in March to help businesses hibernate through lockdowns are due to end. Now, it's interesting, Matt, that this particular story is on the front page. About a month ago, I was talking to a financial counsellor, a financial consultant. I didn't go to that guy. I just happened to be talking to him. And he actually preempted exactly this, that when this particular lifeline ends, that's when you'll see the proverbial hitting the fan in this country.
And that D-Day is absolutely looming. And this goes back to the situation in Victoria, Gleeson, and where the Victorian government goes to from here. So, you know, when some of these measures, these safety net measures start to wind up, when JobKeeper starts to wind back, you know, when some of these measures that have been put in place to get people through what, you know, we thought might be a 6-month period, you know, start to wind up, and yet a place like Victoria still has hard lockdowns in place. Well, what happens then? I mean, you end up in a situation of total disaster, you would have thought, and that's why, you know, there needs to be some thought about how we find our way out of this. At the moment, some of these states seem like they're playing for a vaccine, as though, you know, oh, we'll get a vaccine, you know, sometime early next year and everything will be all right again. Well, what happens if we don't get a vaccine? You know, we can't keep JobKeeper going forever. We can't keep Job Seeker at its current rate going forever. We can't keep some of these other measures in place that mean that, you know, people don't have to pay back their loans, or, you know, people don't have to pay their rent. That can't continue forever. We're going to have to find a way to live with this virus potentially if we don't find that vaccine. And at the moment, there doesn't appear to be a lot of thought being put into how we do that. And it also seems that, you know, we've taken basically, you know, the idea was that we were aiming for suppression here so that our hospitals could cope with the extra number of patients that might need ventilators, etc. Seems we've replaced that with, you know, a search for eradication, which I think is, you know, searching for Mission Impossible. They thought they'd done that in New Zealand, and look what's happened there. So I think we need a different plan at the moment.
And Matt, that is such a good point, because today Premier Palaszczuk said that the borders would not be open with New South Wales until there was 1 month of zero community transmissions in New South Wales. That is mission impossible, and that just goes to show the politicisation of this issue and the fact that Queenslanders can forget about the borders being open before the next election. They can actually forget about that because, you know, we're only 7 weeks away. There is no way in the world that you're going to get 30 days straight of zero community transmission in New South Wales. As you say, this is a suppression strategy. This is not an eradication strategy until we get a vaccine.